Where were we? There we go. Presidential elections. It's the Lava Java. Past a very shady looking alleyway. It's just the building seems to have pointed out. I like how you say seem to have pointed out. At least I think it is. Yes, that's what seeming means. Why are you doubling down, buddy? Age red brick. Pair of shutter windows on the top floor. The bottom is a pair of white framed glass panes leading to a lobby that even from here I can tell is absolutely littered with posters. There's a red or white cloth awning draped over the entrance. Why would it be Mon and Sat? Shouldn't it be Sat and Mon? Because they're close to... whatever. I think that's the original does that too. But actually, does the original do that? Hold up. Hold the fucking phone. I'm annoyed. I demand information. It does say Mon and Sat. Ugh. Really going with days of the week. Blech. Doesn't look like much. It's a pretty nice looking building, buddy. What do you mean it doesn't look like much? Like, look at the game, man. It's a pretty nice building. Especially for a motherfucker who comes from a rock bottom. It's a lot bigger on the inside, because for some reason this building has a fat ass. It just sticks out. Thanks for the ride? What the fuck are you... You're thanking him for this? Tell Fang and Trisha to go kick some ass. Second I'm rooting for him. Again, I don't know if Ness is the kind of guy to say ass. Like, I'm okay if it's the whole point is that Anon's getting a different angle from the guy, because Fang gets this more sanitized version that's trying their best. But come on, man. Look, Reed's van here. They should be able to give it a ride home once they're done. On top of Naomi and Nasser, the trio are going to know where I live. This definitely can't go wrong in any way, shape, or form. Says better than walking, at least. Drive safe, Nasser. See you around. Oh. Would this one call it the NASCAR, though? I think he wouldn't because it's not a very cool car. It's a sensible hybrid vehicle at best. It's too sensible to have a name, Nasser. You don't get to call something. Alright, where were we? Again, he doesn't fucking peel. Nasser does not do drag racing. He's worried about his tires and his brake fluid. Motherfucking loser. I again would like to remind you that Lava Java is a very nice and appropriate building. Hold up, let me pull it back up again. Like, the Lava Java is not in a fucking alleyway. There's a goddamn bench in front of the building! It leaves the chairs and tables outside at night. Why are you so desperate to turn this place into full Caldera? No, I can't live without my street grime. It is kind of weird that you're expected to go through the cafe to the back. Although I don't think anything about Volcano High ever implies otherwise. Goodbye, Volcano. Whatever. I'm fucking still static around here. Because the author is terrible at this. Pick my head, take a breath, brace myself for what's likely to be an hour of social interaction. I think that's very optimistic. I was under the impression this thing took a while. I mean, every band has to perform, and it's like a dozen or so people, even at 5 minutes. Yeah, that could be done in, like, depends on how much they put up. Don't forget, there's also the feedback session. There's probably the lead-in, the layout, announcing and everything, getting everything straight. It sounds vaguely alt in nature. Sounds like a guy. Jesus fucking Christ, Anon. Why are you describing a room you're not even interested in? Lobby. Also, I'm pretty sure these things are all, like, located in the back section. This is so weird. Anon's just like, yeah, I'm gonna expand my music range by taking advice from Fang? Look, I'm all okay with being there by chapter 6, but the story hasn't really built to this. They're playing now seems to be reaching the end of their song. The vocals and guitars are building up to an obvious break. So obvious, in fact, that the singer belts out the last few looks right as I walk through the doorway. Look at that timing! Jesus fucking Christ, dude. I get it. You really love describing 2 rooms in a row. You describe 2 fucking rooms in a row, man! We're final chance, fellas. Gotta stop you there real quick. Okay, so, if anyone has, like, a very distinct thing to them, it's gotta be LJ. And I fear this author is gonna take it too far. Because LJ is the kind of person you would imagine swears like a sailor, but she's remarkably restrained. Also, for a guy who literally set herself up, you're spending 5 fucking lines before she gets to talk. My man! You can't break it up like this. Like, I'm fine if you want to give her some descriptive text and say that you stop, that you sit down somewhere, but this is way, like, structure-wise, it's terrible, right? Stop with your new lines. They don't look good. New lines look terrible. They're done like that in visual novels because they have to worry about box length. And also, it sets a certain pace and cadence. It's not the case in a book. Hold up. I need to sound smart in front of... Safi, you don't have to sound smart in front of anyone. You don't understand. But I wanna... Alright, here we go. I gotta steel myself, because like I said, I feel like AJ is one of the few characters where you can kind of get a vibe check on her pretty solidly. Correct me if I'm wrong. The last I saw, what, 4 months ago? Yeah, it's been 4 months, and noticing you sound exactly the same as she did back in May. May? All the bad stuff I spent a whole lot of my time trying to work out with. This doesn't work. I'm sorry, man. This doesn't work for LJ. I guess I gotta pull up the whole video game. Hold up. Get out of the way, Skin Rosal. I'm afraid that we have to...
Of course.
I need you to understand that when I say that there is like a specific cadence to this stuff. This is before, and then this is it, because yeah, they're in the room.
The best thing I can do to support musicians that I believe in is to chat. Are here. So that's not the same song you played last month?
Like, I understand that she sounds a bit harsh by being like, oh, it's the song you played last month.
Oh, no, hey, and now...
I don't actually like this very much. If we remember that, like, Fang is supposed to be fairly good at this, it's kind of annoying to have Fang go up against a bunch of insecure fucking weirdos.
Hey.
Like, can Fang's opposition at least be a bit more meaningful?
Went up.
Like, the fact these guys show up to the audition, fair enough. It's like the pre-audition. Come on, man.
At the end. I wasn't really asking. If I can't tell, that's all you need to know. Next!
Look at how... Listen, man. She says, like, 2 fucking lines. This LJ... This LJ is so much more verbose. Her whole thing is like, I had to ask, buddy. Your shit should speak for itself. That's the fucking point! And she is explaining too much. Like, there's a certain terseness to her, right? She does the little intro spiel, but after that, she's like, I got a timetable to keep. I'm not saying she's perfectly written, but I am saying that there's a certain to it. So which one was it? Oh, listen. Yep. I really like how she is in Goodbye Volcano High because she's so terse. Like, she just fucking hits him with a cleaver and calls it a day. I mean, this could be worse. Having her swear is probably the worst thing you can do with her. Because there is a professionalism to how she insults people, you know? She's not like Gordon Ramsay where she's clearly just going out there. That was brutal. You could hear a pen drop in this room right now. That's probably because the only people making sound are the fucking musicians, buddy, and they just got shoot off. To be LJ, no doubt about it. Who else gets to say shit like that in someone's establishment? There's a brief lull as one of the bands decides to take a stand, making their way backstage. Yeah, Fang's all into it. I don't like the fact that Fang is actually in them. Because remember, the way Fang works in Goodbye Volcano High, there is this disconnect from like, there's definitely that blushing and interest, but I never really got the sensation that there's anything more than that, you know? There's this ever-presence, like, sorry, man, I'm asexual until I get my music career off the ground. I'll get to the hookers and blow once I can afford it. Once all the commotion is over. Shut the hell up, Anna. You are not that slick. So suggested to be earlier and nothing else. Why are you even bothering to lie at that point? Stools freezer. What, shouldn't she be a little cooler and say something like, stools are free, man. Take one. You're basically your first couple. I find it very weird that there are not other couples. I always got the implication and impression that these characters did have some degree of romantic lives outside of what happens in the game. Especially considering Alvin. Oh, it's groupie. Saying groupie. My brain got all muddled up. pretty sure, yeah. Stella. Yeah. Don't call me that. Anon, for fuck's sake, you literally showed up because her brother asked you. You're not a groupie, but you're definitely, like, approximate. It's either that or the mascot. That's for a worm, pretty well. Would you still love Anon if he was a worm? It's actually a good one. Mascot potential acknowledged, but not to put you up to the sun. So I'd like to bribe me here. He bribed you with food. Who is paying? Anon, he literally left. Why would he be? Who paid? Did you think someone's gonna buy you fucking food for nothing? I love the implication that Anon's here for food, but none of this feels like Anon's actually here for food, right? It's just that he's being reminded of it. Blessing of the brother required plus 3 to performance. Shut up. This kind of works, but it feels a little on the nose since I don't think we did anything with it yet. Have we done Legends and Lore yet? I don't think we have. I feel like Anna might have showed up and made this character, but that's about as much as I'm willing to give it credit for. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to check this out. Bleh. Bleh, 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 bleh. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he's done that yet. Maybe in the next chapter, chapter 7. That seems like a reasonable place for that to happen. Sorry I'm late, I didn't want to come. You did! Yeah, you fucking did. Yeah. Okay, so Legends and Lore is the next chapter. I think. Oh my god, Anon's used to online shit. Populating it together. Oh my god, it's the picture. Anon has fucking Skyrim on his... Oh, that's... I thought that was his phone for a moment. Wasn't there a picture earlier that didn't work? Was that the other fic? Barrel of Moose. I'm actually terrified of reading Hold On To Me, because apparently this guy writes for that. Apparently chapter 7 is the first act. Woof. Woof. People are bigger geeks than I am. Where the fuck am I? Anon, how are you going to get insulted by getting your stuff brought up again? Is that even going to happen? Again, I feel like Anon's actual, like, 4chan habits would be something you could use against him. Hell, you could even be, like, at that point, he's like, I haven't been there in months. You can tell that my last post I liked it. Wait a minute, how did you even figure out it was me anyway? Those posts are anonymous. Anon, you have a very specific style of writing. There is no person in the world who uses as many ellipses as you do. He's like, God damn it. My penchant for ellipses. Also, you keep putting perchance in all of your sentences. Perchance, that was the right move. Oh. Anon, please. You do not survive the allegations. Still serving beer, all too young to get any, legally at least. This feels like such a weird thing for an Alcer to do. Anon gets the Beta Rosa. Looks like the next group's about to start. The guitarists. The Rattiest Vohawk. Is that the... Kinda? Yeah, I see what you're going for. The Paper Tigers. Oh my god. That's actually clever. Because there's, like I just said, they don't work for the purposes of making Fang seem good. It's like, wow, Fang, you're competing with the fucking bottom of the barrel. Wow. Like you come from up north. About to get shredded. Still haven't told me who Rosa is. It's Fandatricious. I appreciate that we're acknowledging the fact that Rosa feels like a threat to Fang. Meteor Game. Or is Anon literally gonna go backstage just so that he can fucking talk? They don't have much of a stage presence. Not a soul moving as they strum their ballad. The stutter is in fact their singer. Whatever Pyramid has, it doesn't rear its face while he's going through the lyrics. Because he fucking practices, man! Don't exactly sound great. I'm glad that you have the ear of a musician. Seen both their stuff on Feather before, and I think the hybrid girl on bass was a senior. Back in sophomore year. Besides that, no clue. Name was Holly or something. Orson and her at a fling at some point. Ah, you can do worse, Orson. You can do worse. I go for it. She got the cute curls. How can you tell she's a fucking... How can you tell she's a fucking hybrid? Hold on, I need to taunt someone with the Howling Curse. Hold on, I need to show this guy some stuff. Alright, where were we? Harrisar no build, most terror H babies. Don't have the wing gene or carry it over. H babies. High babies. Ooh. That's their word. They're reclaiming it. It's really weird now to think about all sword species look wildly different from each other. Fang's got wings, Starl's got a beak. Fucking sauropods and generals. That how does this fly with them? Fucking sauropods in general. Listen, I know that it sounds a bit like, you know, you're being a little woke Nancy, but that's what these people are. You can't say fucking sauropods in general. That crosses a line with these people, as far if I recall correctly. You can't go there. But you guys can still have kids with outside of your type, I guess. Never thought of it before. This is the way some of this stuff works. Can't use the Anatols. Even Kims are different from each other's too. I internally cringe at the fact that my literature teacher is a figure of comparison. Question. Near knees. I still don't know why they insist on keeping Neanderthals around. They literally are just around because they wanted to make the spears joke, and later the Solly joke. A lot of it's for the gags. Just apes at the end of the day. Yet so many people keep fucking invoking monkeys! What difference does he even read? It's not a cage, it's a well-maintained terrarium. She has the substrates! It's fine. Focus. We're gonna be up in next half an hour. What's gotten into you two? Why are you guys thinking about substrates? Ugh. Anything the hook there. Percussion's definitely a choice. They don't sound bad though, I kinda dig it. I mean, it's nice if you want something calm and relaxing, because drums can add a little bit of attention to something. I was just got to find a decision. The room could love you, but if she hates you, you're dead in the water. It's gonna work out. If you say so, dude. I feel like the original game could have used this. I'm not saying this is especially good. I'm saying the game could have fucking used some intermissions like this, where it just calls attention to what it's... Like, I know that it's obvious enough, but It doesn't breathe any of its plot beats very well. Reed is visibly nervous because Reed understands that it... No. And guide the other to go judging from their silhouettes. Admittedly, it's hard to tell to people sometimes, not factoring in Fang's Shemshur shtick. Get Shem out of here. Blue chair not allowed. But I'm assuming he's a girl and likely rose as a result. Skilled markings of dark blue, blah blah blah. After the glance, bright blue skills, serpentine snout. There's a bit long, dark black and... Wait, is this Alvin? Is this Alvin? Alvin doesn't show up much in the original game, but he is technically an actual existent canon character. It might be. He does have dark blue hair. Gay. Shouldn't Anon note the fact that he's wearing, if I recall correctly, his shirt has the school crest on it. It's even specifically called out in his character sheet. There you go, tie and school crest. Like it's a school uniform he's wearing. Why is Alvin here? Again, I'm pretty sure no one's supposed to be invited to this. I mean, it makes sense that Alvin would, although I don't know the timeline on Alvin, but... Different part of stuff in Pangea, which is great, because that technically is true. Worm's got a crush on you. Great. Want to come and see you play, thought you would like the support. Oh, no. But, Alvin, you're too much of a square! Doesn't explain. Anon, you're not this fucking stupid. You've already seen Sage and Leo. You know that these guys are smooching. That's 2 gay people! Gay couples, sorry. 4 gay people in total, because every couple's at least 2 people. There might be a third in both of them, so there might be 6. At which point things are getting a little nutter butter around here. How do you people procreate when half of your people are just having same sex? Nobody ever wants to talk about that problem. Then again, a lot of straight people are very insistent on having more kids than they can manage, so I guess it fixes itself to some weird level. He's Reed's boyfriend. It's not a fucking mystery. We're living ourselves. We've been close for a while now. I don't want to say I'm gay, but I'm definitely hanging out with him. Nice to meet you, Enon. You try at least the best I can message. So Reed's a fag too. I should have seen it coming. He'd been trying to viciously make out with me over the last few weeks, but I just thought he was a werewolf. You know, vampires are like that. They're like dead revealing all day, every day. Shit. Ugh, the nerdy interests. And there's an implication that you were interested in Endless. Shut up! Kind of starting to like Reed. He's being strong up. Oh no, and shouldn't you be worried about the fact they're gonna make you hook up with a guy? Anon, shouldn't you be worried about the fact they're gonna trans you? Come on, at this point you should see it coming. Oh no, you're gonna fall for Fang. You're gonna be like, I'm pansexual. Ah, fuck. Well, at least I'm not bisexual. I heard some guy say the flag's great because it's a different format. And I'm like, yeah, that's fair. Colors still suck. I do think it's very telling that so many goddamn pride flags are exactly the same. With the 5-bar thing. It's a little lame. It is a little lame. He's been nothing but good to me. So is Sage and Leo too, but nah. I don't need to be friends with a queer. I can be cordial, but that's it. I appreciate this. Like, this is... I really want there to be an expose scene where Anon just gets called out. Anon, you're a 4chaner. And again, I would love it if they explain how the fuck they figured it out. I can imagine other websites might be able to triangulate it, but, you know. I love it if he just is one of those people who has, like, Anon, you're the only person we know who uses this many ellipses. Also, you've been complaining about everything that happened at school. It's really easy to figure out. The timestamps are still there. Ugh. I mean, that still requires that you find the threads and everything, which is a whole other fucking thing. Some trans freak! Anon, look in the mirror. It's you! They're transing you! The frogs are gay! So are they gonna fucking repeat it? Okay, yeah, they're pulling it along. Hold on, let me go to the.
Hey.
Damn. Man, again, I mean, to be fair, this is probably one of the few situations where wholesale copying technically makes sense, since Anon doesn't actually do anything. He hasn't actually disrupted the environment all that much. I think every musician in this room is flinched. I haven't even bothered this 90 intimidated. That's called secondhand cringe. Fine, hell. I'm pretty sure this is all like lines from the game.
See how it went up there?
Hey, babe. Good. Am I in hell? Hey, babe.
Oh, there's a heartbeat.
Come on, let's go.
Wait, what?
Come on, let's go.
What is... Wait.
Come on, let's go.
Why does Fang sound so feminine there?
We are worm drama.
Listen to this, right?
Come on, let's go.
Did the VA forget to put on their voice for that one? That line read does not feel like Fang is putting on the... Okay, listen. What I mean is, listen very closely.
Come on, let's go.
Hi.
So Fang has this fullness that this one doesn't, where it's way more smooth. Listen.
We are worm drama.
Like, you can feel the timbre in the throat, right?
And
Come on, let's...
And this feels way more like front-of-the-mouth smooth talk. Now, someone's gonna say, Safi, you sound like a fucking schizo. And the answer is, I am! Because, for some reason, I noticed this stuff. And please stop beating up the VAs. I will stop beating up the VAs as the performance improves! Admittedly, it's a very minor line, so who cares, right? It's not a continuous sentence where it would probably be way more noticeable. Maybe that's why I missed it. I don't like this at all. This is so much fucking in-between stuff. Like, I get what you're doing. You're trying to continue the scene, but again, Anon is there. Their eyes kind of meet mine in kind. Anon, why are you getting invested in Fang like this anyway? You just said you don't want to be friends with a gay. Or the trans freaks. And here you are, like, very much giving Fang the full time of day. Shouldn't you be posting online about how you're a little loser about it? Good luck, I say the words without fully realizing it. And yet somehow you were capable of transcribing it into the text of the story, despite it being in a contemporaneous, like, you know, subjunction. Is the term subjunctiveness? Fuck, I forgot the cool term I learned. Oh no, it's a subjunctive mood. Damn.
Let's go.
hi.
Bunch of added lines. Fair enough. Cast on this is very bloated. Isn't it funny that everyone's like, this is like the weird loser chapter that should have been cut? And I'm like, it's kind of one of the cuter chapters, at least. It's a little bloated, but I don't know. In summer practice, they're gonna nail it. I think it's actually true that she actually seen some of the backgrounds, right? tries not to let on, but he fucking tells me his boyfriend! Anon, why are you even listening to him? Why are you not tuning these people out? Why are you so insistent on describing everything that happens? Why aren't you slightly more selective? Also, shouldn't Trish be venting about the fact they'd rather spend their time doing something else instead of working themselves to the bone for something they don't really care about? I don't know what kind of music they... I don't even know what kind of music they play! I do not know the subjunctive mood of the story. Also, Anna, shouldn't you immediately be interspersing this shit? Oh yeah, this is actually true, by the way, that Rosa used to know them from way back. Yeah, because it goes to a whole separate school, as far as we can tell. A more religious school, I think, was the original idea. Or at the very least, a school where they wear uniforms, which again feels kind of weird for what we're doing. Why would she explain what TSNI is? This made sense to explain to Fang, who was probably more interested. She would just be like, I don't know, we went to a little nature intensive. Like, I think you're explaining this for the audience, but we just called it bunk gap. How do they have this fucking... Isn't the band performing at this point? How long is their introduction? In the game, she has like 3 lines before she's like, yeah, here we go. I'd be curious to meet you ever since Reed first mentioned you. That's kind of dragged me into it. I got classes with Fang and a few others. Hard not to... I guess Leo technically exists if you consider Sad Genes to be part of the equation, but... Not that close, but you're going to be glued out of the way to support them anyway. I like how you say that, but like someone literally picked him the fuck up, and he already had spent most... Like, he didn't cancel any plans for this. I thought this would be food, Dave. Thanks, brother. Oof. Sorry, dude. Rosa does not say dude all that much, or at least doesn't feel like the kind of person who should be saying dude. Again, I feel like the author thinks that if you just add dude enough, they'll sound like themselves. Again, this is so weird. Like, Anon lets himself get pulled along and he plays along, but he'll never admit to anything. Which doesn't feel like that's supposed to be his problem. I think they're about to start. It's been 50 minutes, man! We don't have all day! Anyway, could you please not describe a song you were letting your audience listen on anyway? Initially, the middle all feel bare bones. They're literally starting the song. You tend to start a song with not all the instrumentation like going full smack. Like, Anna, what are you talking about? I know that in video games it's way more common to just start with a nice big beat, especially if you're used to combat songs, which tends to start off pretty banger and then usually switch their instrumentation partway through to, you know, switch up the mood a little, but... I think there's something to be said for what Linkara said, which is, why are comics so insistent on trying to transcribe music when none of it can be transferred, right? It's a different media. Like, if you're going to write something down, you want to focus on poetry over actual song lyrics, because poetry can be conferred through writing. I feel like you could communicate the core idea by just omitting the lyrics, right? We can listen to this and listen to the lyrics ourselves. So why not just, you know, talk about how Anon feels about this music? Like, this is way too mechanically describing something when Anon should be letting himself get carried away by the song if he gives a shit. And if not, describe how Anon's just a little shit about it. It's almost Siren-like. You're not making it sound Siren-like. You're extremely focused on the specifics of the lyrics and everything that's actually happening. A Siren song is supposed to distract you and draw you into a new universe. Call on me, don't call on me, call on me, don't call on me. This is so fucking bad. From like a mechanical perspective. From like what you're trying to do and what's actually possible. It's so sad. Anon, you're jerking off. Please, Anon, get your hand out of your fucking pants! When did I become so invested in this? Well, when the author decided that you gotta be someone else. Get it? Allosaurus, because she's not neurodivergent. Or whatever they call it. I love how she says this, by the way. When you think about it, isn't that like literally why you're showing up at a fucking audition? I like how Anon is like the last person who deserves to be here. When you really think about it, Anon's really not really done anything. Like, his emotions aren't into it. The story is desperately trying to crowbar in some feels last minute. Okay, we got some... Okay, listen, I mentioned this before, and I'll mention it again. These are hard copy lines. I like how you're at the beginning of the song and Trish is already, like, sweating bullets. Man, I love how Reed in this section just looks... Man, he has no energy, does he? Damn, he's so focused. Then again, Reed's not really a center point of this plot, so...
All that does is run with it.
We're in!
Oh man, Trish got the little shaky hands.
We did it! I feel like I'm dreaming. Am I dreaming?
I would like to point out that as far as I can tell, there is no, like, unless you have, like, the script on hand, you're pretty much transcribing this from the game directly yourself.
I bailed hard a couple times. Do you think LJ noticed?
God, she sees everything, but don't worry about it.
Is this the same line regardless? Actually, if they transcribed the script, they wouldn't know that Fang stutters, because the original script does not feature the stutter of the butt.
Get there.
So,
Yeah, we will.
like I said, there's something going on here, and I don't know what it is.
Selfie?
I love how we're at the point where the story just moves on, and it follows a more, like, strict pacing. And here it just starts to spin circles so Anon could get suited in. It's mom doing anything tonight? Why would your mom send this to you on like a late Saturday night? Shouldn't you be asking this a little earlier? Anyway, they take a picture and then Anon gets a little picture. Oh, there are they, swamp babies. I'm gonna keep this picture on the side so I got it. Are they pretty big around here? Blah, blah. Just probably just doing it to show off. Probably need to have an audition because, you know, you gotta make sure that everything works out. I like how your mom sent you a second message. She's probably used to the fact that you're just home all the damn time. Alright, I'm going with my friends tonight. Where'd the picture go? Oh yeah, because she does that in the next one, I think. Well, all I can tell you is what I already told you. I don't get it. Is this Anon? It's in the next chapter that he puts it as his background. I love on the original they all have their eyes closed. Also, it's Trish who takes the picture as far as I can tell, because they're her hands like sticking out towards the camera. It's interesting to see, by the way, that Fang has the gnarly teeth. And also has like front canines that are pretty pronounced. Whereas with Trish, it's more flat teeth, which makes sense, you know. But man, these two artists are miles apart. I don't like that Alvin's in there too, because this is supposed to be like a band shot, and it happens to be. Again, you've like doubled the cast in this scene. It's really weird. I don't know what to think about it. I don't know what to say about it. I thought I was going to split this up more, but I don't really care. All I can say is I kind of want to do another chapter, but I don't have the time for that. I don't know, man. I just don't fucking know. If I can get the pace back, maybe we can actually do another chapter. I'd prefer to have some extra footage to work with.